Hey guys, so before I get into the video, I first want to give a really quick shout out and thank you to Dossier Perfumes for sending me two amazing scents that I'm so excited to show you guys. These are probably some of the best scents that I've ever had by Dossier Perfumes. I know that I say this all the time, but I just have to show you this new scent. So first I'm going to show you guys Ambery Saffron. As you can see, I'm holding up a card that details all the information about the perfume, such as the notes, what the perfume is inspired by, the concentration level, a thank you note, and a how it works section at the bottom. And here's the bottle itself. So as you guys can see, this is obviously a very cute bottle, and you guys can also see the top notes, the middle notes, and the base notes listed on the bottle. I also want to note that it does fit into the palm of my hand, really convenient. Now onto the Fruity Jasmine. You guys can see once again the notes, what the perfume is inspired by, the concentration level, a thank you note, and a how it works section at the bottom. This one happens to be inspired by J'adore Dior. I have that perfume, and this perfume actually smells completely identical to the original, so I am just super impressed. And again, you guys can see the top notes, the middle notes, and the base notes listed on the bottle, all natural ingredients. Dossier Perfumes is really good at making high quality perfumes inspired by your favorite, most iconic scents, but at such an affordable price. And if you guys are interested in getting an even better deal, you guys can use my code SIMA10 for an extra little discount off of your order. These are my absolute favorite perfumes. I always love to smell really good, and just knowing that I can do that on a budget without breaking the bank is something that is super meaningful to me. And I can't even tell you how many perfumes I have by Dossier. They are just absolutely fabulous. The scent lasts all day, and they're made from all natural ingredients, so that's definitely a check in my book. You don't have to worry about any harsh chemicals. They're vegan and cruelty-free, so they really lead with integrity and honor, and I am just so happy that Dossier sent these over to me. I know I'm going to be wearing them a lot. I've already been wearing Ambery Saffron lately like crazy. It smells so good. It's so addictive, and these perfumes are definitely going to turn heads when you walk by. So without further ado, get your Dossier Perfumes, guys. Now onto the video. So I'm starting off with a fresh face before going in with my Neutrogena Radiant Primer and Serum. I am obsessed with this primer and serum because it adds so much glowiness and kind of has like a very pearly effect to make your skin look super glowy from the inside out. Then I go in with my Urban Decay Hydromaniac Tinted Moisturizer, and using a brush, I just kind of pat it onto my face, starting from the center of my face and then working my way outward. And as you guys can see, it's blending in super nicely, especially with the primer and serum that I just applied. It makes it look super silky after I apply the foundation, and I just love that. Blends so seamlessly into my skin, which is what I'm going for. So I'm just tapping before going in with my e.l.f. concealer. I almost said primer. No, this is my e.l.f. concealer. And this one I got because it's a really nice Tarte Shape Tape dupe. I know I've worn Tarte forever on my channel, but I wanted to try something new, and I think that this really is a great comparison to the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. Same consistency. I really don't have to use much at all, and using my brush, I just blend it in, and it blends in super, super nicely. And this is kind of a cooler tone than what I used before, which I think works way better with my skin. So again, I'm just tapping it in with my brush, and I find that brushes give the best finish, for me at least. It's blending in super nicely with my foundation as well, just adding a little bit of extra brightness before going in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder and using another brush, kind of with a flatter tip. I apply just enough Not too much because I don't want to look cakey, but just enough to apply it over the places where I placed my concealer, just to set that. Maybe add a little bit more just in case I need to bake, because I know I'm going for kind of a more dramatic look today. We're doing fall makeup, a nice bronzy, crimson-y fall makeup look, so just enough. And I know it's showing up pretty matte on camera right now, but it's still looking good. Once that's done, I go in with my Morphe Bronze Metal palette, and using the lightest shade, I apply that onto my lid, all over my lid. I just absolutely love this champagne shimmery shade that's going on. I think it is so elegant and just so perfect for fall as we're going into the colder seasons, because it adds just a bit of sparkle. And who doesn't love sparkle? So I'm really just going in, letting it pop. Then I go in with a soft brown shade for my crease. And I'm just making kind of a really big V. The outer corner of the crease is kind of touching my eyebrow just a little bit, but I'm not really too concerned about, shape as much as I am just getting it onto my crease, I also kind of touch on my lower lash line a little bit, and I also let that creep into my inner corners a little bit, but then I go in with the darkest shade. This is a plum shade, and I think this is a really interesting shade because you can really build up on it depending on how dramatic you want your look to be. But I'm just going to use this to kind of add some depth to my crease a little bit before going in with my concealer. This is from LA Girl. This is their Pro Concealer, and I got it in a super light shade so I could use that as an eyeshadow base, because I am going to be adding some sparkles. This is definitely giving a cut crease kind of moment from 2016, but we're doing it a little differently. We're not going to be super dramatic with this. We're just here to add a little bit of pop to this look. So I'm taking my time here, and I'm just going into the middle, stopping at the middle of my lid. So starting from my tear duct and then just going to the middle of the lid. And I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit before going in with this super bright gold, yellow gold shade. And initially I do apply it with my brush. And I'm just applying it over the places where I applied the LA Girl concealer on my lid. Just right on top of that. And you can already see how well it's showing up on my lid just because I did that. Provided a nice canvas for it to sit. And it's really allowing the color to shine through. Just using my brush, I'm just patting it in. A lot of patting motions. It's already looking lovely and blended. And I'm just kind of diffusing the crease a little bit with a fluffy brush. Just blending. more blending. And just making sure everything looks nice and shaped. And I'm also taking the concealer I use for the lid and I'm gonna apply that to my brow bone just to clean up a little bit. And using my finger just because it's safer. I feel safer doing that. I just blend out the concealer a little bit. And then once again, using my finger, I go back in with the lightest shade from this palette and I apply that to my brow bone as well as to my tear duct to brighten up my eye. And highlight it in the places where I need to. Again, just blending, blending, and blending. Now I'm gonna go in with this beautiful coppery shade and I'm going to apply that kind of between where I applied the gold and where I applied the plums and the browns, just to offer a nice transition shade because I felt like it needed to be a bit softer. And then once again, I'm just blending. Blending is absolutely key. So don't be afraid to take your time with this. You guys can see I'm kind of blending into my inner corner a bit just so that the gold can really shine on its own and really pop. Maybe adding a little bit more color to the crease for some more definition. It's really up to your own discretion. But we just keep doing that until we are satisfied here. Now on to eyes. I did my eyebrows and my lashes off camera. And I'm just going to show you guys how I do my eyeliner just a little bit. How I achieve the inner corner liner. This is a glue liner, by the way, for lashes. So I'm really just kind of going over the lash line and going over the initial wing that I did off camera using my eyeshadow. So I'm just going over that just to make this much sharper. Then the other eye. Once I'm satisfied with that, I'm applying just some blush to my cheeks, the apples of my cheeks. And I'm smiling so I can get the apples of my cheeks before going in with my highlight. This is my Chanel cream highlight, and I apply it to the bridge of my nose as well as my cheekbones. I'm going pretty light with highlight today, and my Cupid's bow. And using my finger, I just pat it in. And you guys can see it blends in so beautifully. Really adds to that pearly effect. Now on to lips. For my lips today, I decided to go with a lovely crimson red. I think it is perfect for the fall seasons. Typically for a red lip, I'll use a couple of red shades, but for this look, I'm just using one red shade I just feel like this really balances the eyes. It's nice, it's bright, but it's also very complimentary. And this is a little trick that I picked up. I'm applying setting powder to my lipstick so that it makes it a bit more transfer proof. And then I'm applying just a little bit more lipstick to the outer corners of the lip, shaping up a little bit. And this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is such a beautiful fall-inspired look. And just to top it off, I'm going to apply some of that amazing ambery saffron from Dossier Perfumes. Don't forget to use my code SIMA10 upon checkout. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.